some that, or there was some with the last one, but I brought those.
Are you ready?
Intersections.
Sure.
Just get the ones
Okay.
on hills. Okay.
We got about a minute here.
That way you're covered there.
Well, actually,
That's good to know, thank you.
Looks like we're
And
on.
then-
my watch.
and you just-
Mickey says
Yeah,
six.
Mickey just said it's 6.
So you're talking about
Good evening. I'd like to call the Town of Saratoga board meeting into session. Please stand for Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. All right, updates from the previous meeting. Constable.
You all have a report. I did find out tonight when I got here, I had 2 more complaints in the back of my thing that did not make it on there. One was, they were both actually dog at large at the beginning of the month.
All right. Okay.
Any questions on it?
No, actually, I think they're pretty, I don't anyway, it looks like they're pretty cut and dry. Anybody else? Just so you're aware, we had a issue with a gentleman on the corner of, Range Line and the highway, behind what used to be the store. We always were citing him for junk, and he passed away, and I received a phone call that there was a lady that's cleaning up his house. And
The mobile home?
yeah,
Yeah.
she's no relation, but she asked me if it was okay, and I said, I can't give you that permission, that has to come from the family, but she said the family said it's okay, so the property is getting cleaned up. Just so you know that.
Sorry for their loss.
Yes, absolutely. Especially this time of year, it's always rough. And let's see, anybody else have any questions? Thank you. Merry Christmas,
Merry
Brandon.
Christmas.
All right, going on, building inspector. Josh gave us a report. We should all have it. I did talk to him. Have a nice holiday season. I did talk to him about, he said there's 3 new houses just this month. So that's kind of nice to hear that we have growth even in the wintertime. And he even issued an early start, I guess. So, it's kind of nice to see.
That's nice, he's got addresses and parcels and everything on there like that.
Yep. Somebody, one of the board members requested that. I don't remember which one. Was it you, Josh?
I don't think it was me, but I agree that it,
It was Brian.
It's a nice
but I
layout,
like-
Brian? Yeah, that's nice. It
Nice
was
layout.
nice. We do appreciate that. Gives us a heads up knowing where they are,
Mm-hmm.
what's going on, where our growth is. And Rangeline sure is a real popular road this year. We got a few new houses there. All right, zoning administrator, being that we didn't have a plan commission meeting, there's really nothing coming off the plan commission meeting except that as the zoning administrator, I think we need to update our zoning ordinance. Every year we update our comprehensive plan just for verbiage and clarification purposes, and the plan commission will be looking at that. We've had a couple inquiries as far as rezoning of a couple properties that it's residential abutting the rural preservation, and they'll be coming in for rezoning, potential rezoning. We had some issues with the road for Tritz Lumber for our garbage collection turnaround, and that's been resolved. I haven't had a chance to tell you all that, but that matter's been resolved. And I think that's it as far as the zoning administrator. Anybody have any questions that they need answers to? All right, and moving on, road crew, let's start with Caston.
The Case tractor was delivered yesterday at Service Motors, and there's a small chance we might get it back before the first of next year.
What was wrong with it?
To get that loader attachment
Okay.
equipped.
So they're gonna put it on right away, they have all the parts?
Mhm.
Perfect, perfect.
Yep.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
What'd you get for attachments on that?
For now, just the forks.
Okay.
So they're putting on the kit and then the forks?
Yeah.
Okay. And you figure they'll be done by January 1st?
There's a small chance, yeah.
Small chance.
Shortly after,
Okay,
if not.
first part of January, how about
Yeah.
that? All right. We haven't had much snow plowing going on, just
No.
once, right?
Just salting.
Just salting?
Mhm.
How'd that go over?
Good,
Pretty good?
yeah, not too
Any
bad.
issues? I noticed that the roads that have been refinished this year,
Yeah,
they got really slippery, especially
That's
Z.
the oil in them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Z,
That's not uncommon.
no, it's not uncommon, but I'd like the public to be aware that, boy, the first year, they're kinda slick.
The Highway Z, they did an extra seal too as well, so there's extra
Yeah.
oil that was put
Yeah.
on them.
And I actually was coming very slow, I'll have you know, and I did kind of come through that curve. That was really slick.
Anytime any new paved roads seem like them are the first one that,
Okay.
any kind of
Mhm.
incident you have with weather, they're the first
Yeah.
ones. As long as
Well,
I can remember, that's the way it's been.
and what doesn't help it either is that gravel has come onto the road and then the salt mixture, so it's
Mhm.
kind of making rough on that ice that's on top of there, but I will be more careful. But I'm letting everybody else know too, they should be more careful.
Yeah, that goes with good driving habits. You can post, that's what you should post, not only on that road, but all roads. Make sure you use good winter driving habits.
Yeah.
I've seen Lorelei drive, I don't think she is.
Thank you very much, audience. Any questions or any other comments for Caston? Good, all right. How about you, Doug? What do you
No,
got?
nothing, I think all the road projects are pretty well tied up and
All
waiting for
done,
a new
all
year.
paid for? Are we all paid for now? Paulette?
For what?
Our road projects, have all of our bills been brought in and,
Everything that I have has been paid, so if there's something out there that I forgot about or don't realize,
okay.
But
I think we've
everything-
gotten billed for
yeah,
everything
I
though.
think you have.
yeah.
So I think
I'm
we're
pretty
good.
sure, but-
We're good on sand and salt and,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty set for the winter so far. I have an audience member who keeps waving at me.
I think he's raising his hand so he can speak.
Oh, you wanna talk?
Go ahead.
All right. Plan commission, Josh, you're up.
Plan commission is in recess this month, so I don't have any further update other than a couple ordinances that I talked about last month. Still working on them, and, yeah, that's about it. We'll have a meeting next month.
Great.
Have you heard anything back on the town halls stuff? Anybody gotten back to pay that?
Yeah, we have. You should have received an email from Paulette for a meeting with Keller.
Okay, I'll have to check emails.
Okay.
That was for asking for volunteers, correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, to meet with Keller.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but all of the plan commission members and all the board members have been asked if they'd like to participate in the meeting with Keller. So we know how to proceed here in the town. So, okay, and just to expand on that a little bit, we're looking into the feasibility of potentially doing something with our buildings, whether we're gonna keep them and fix them, or talk about the future of rebuilding, or what we're going to do, but we will keep you posted, and as we know, you will know. At this point, we're just gathering information, so. All right, and if you want to be part of that, information gathering, please just give us a call, and you're more than welcome to come to the meeting that we're gonna have with Keller. He's a builder, a contractor. And that meeting's coming up, do you remember when, Chase?
30th, I believe.
The 30th of this month, so please feel free to let us know if you'd like to attend. All right, clerk, you're up, Paulette.
All the follow-up from the November election is done, so we are happy that that is closed out, and our next one will, maybe there'll be one in February, maybe not, we'll find out. Otherwise, there'll be one in April, so.
And I personally want to compliment you on how smooth everything went. It was textbook gorgeous.
I
Everything
can't take
went-
credit for it if I didn't have a great deputy clerk, if I didn't have great poll workers, you know, I mean, Billy Joe stepped in and answered some of the phone calls, because we had lines of people, and, so it wasn't just me, it was a
Well,
team,
yeah,
so.
it worked really well. We had people coming in voting early. The lines were very manageable. Everybody was happy the way things went this time. We had no complaints, and everything added up and came together real well, so.
And boy, did they have the people.
Yeah, we had, what, about a 80% turnout?
Higher than that, but.
It was
yeah,
higher.
yeah.
It was an excellent turnout. Statewide, but I'm more proud of Saratoga because I think it shows that we're informed and we care. So that was really good. Anybody have anything else for Paulette?
No.
Okay, and you're up for reelection and you're gonna run again, so it's nice to know. It's good. Hope you have good luck with that.
Thank you.
Treasurer.
Tax collections has started, and I have to apologize to the residents of Saratoga and to the board. As many times as I went over this letter and I did not catch this. December, I don't have technically the hours on here. It says January, every Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., but yet December doesn't say anything. It's the same time for collection as 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So I do apologize for that, not that being so clear on there. And unfortunately, I'm assuming you're gonna post this tomorrow, this meeting?
Yeah.
So I will say on there, December 20th, I'm gonna miss probably an hour and a half of the beginning of my tax collection. I've had some unforeseen, medical appointments, in December here, so,
We're okay with that.
okay, so, sorry about that. And then, I guess Carl pointed out that, I have a typo in here for the mill rate. I included a letter I, so I do apologize. Again, I revamped the whole tax letter this year and going over it, and my eyes must have just,
Well,
Got a little goofy.
we cannot blame you for that,
I'm
because you
sorry about
always
that.
ask us to look at it too, and not a one of us caught it, so,
I didn't catch it in the proof.
no.
but next year I promise it will be fixed, so.
Fix those and we'll make something else.
Yeah, exactly, thank you. That's it though.
It was very good. So we're taking tax money now, and I guess as long as we're talking about taxes, I'm sure a lot of you have noticed a slight increase in your taxes this year. And that is totally due to EMS services, fire and ambulance. Our ambulance coverage tripled. It was, I believe, 1085, and it went to 28 something.
1050 to 25.
1050 to, no, I thought it was 28.
No, I think it's 25.
25? Still,
It's a service we don't wanna be without.
yeah, it's a service we don't want to be without, and it really, it kind of,
We're still under the state average, so thank you,
you know,
to them for still keeping us under that.
yeah,
What
that,
do you mean when you say 1080 or 25?
Per person.
per
Per
person,
capita.
that's what we pay for emergency services.
$25 a year?
Per person.
But then if then I pay a fee too, don't I, for the ambulance, or not?
That's basically the retainer.
My hearing's so bad.
That's basically the retainer. to
Retainer, okay. Then,
Retain that service,
Then you pay.
but then
Then
they,
you pay like,
then for every pickup, they do charge.
is it 500 or more than that?
It all depends on the
It depends
services they
on-
provide in the
Okay.
ambulance.
Sorry, I
too.
didn't mean to interrupt. I just
No,
was
that's
curious.
fine, Mike, you know, you ask questions.
Yeah.
We're open here. Yeah, Doug.
So you mentioned EMS, how much did that go up?
Not the first responder fee did not go up. That budget stayed the same, if I
Yeah,
remember correctly.
the budget for our personal EMS service that we have here stayed the same. what went up is the service that is provided by the city of Wisconsin Rapids.
Okay.
We do have other providers available. However, the coverage and the benefits that we get from the city of Rapids outweighs the amount of money that,
Is that fire too, Rapids, or Nakusa do fire?
we have
Rapids is-
area, we have all area
We have
protection.
Nakusa, Grand Rapids, and Rome cover our fire.
Yeah, it's a
The city
one call.
covers just the ambulance service.
It's a one call for fire. Everybody responds.
But we do have
They'll request mutual aid if they can.
mutual aid, and
Okay.
most of the time, I think all three of them show up on a site,
Yeah, they
and
do.
Rapids probably fills in with some of that too, so.
Yeah. And the reason that Rapids is so important is that they have all paramedics. So they are, and they also offer free training for our services here, so.
So, I got a question.
Yes, no, go ahead.
So was ambulance, was that on bid process? Was that put out for bids?
I don't remember, was it?
No, we did not.
No, initially it was.
Yeah.
That might have been back on your board when it was.
Yeah. I don't think it was this year because well, number one, we didn't realize how much it was gonna go up. But when we had the other fire departments here, they were all saying everybody was more. And even the statistics showed that other,
Well, I'm happy to have Rapids,
Yeah.
it's a good service.
it's very
I
good
just
service.
wondering.
But we did have a discussion the other day, Chase and I met with someone, and they mentioned that our contract is up in 5 years, and every year it gets greater. But at the end of 5 years, it's gonna take a substantial increase. And so we're gonna have to figure out something before then. So we're looking into that.
Basically, for Rapids to continue the level of service they have for the surrounding communities, it's been requested that they get more people, which is gonna increase their costs quite a bit.
I believe they wanted 9 more personnel and 2 more pieces of equipment. So we're talking millions here, not just thousands, so. And that gets passed on to the users. So we have 5 years to figure something out. And we have been batting it around here a little bit, but we got 5 years.
I don't know, we are still below the state average. so,
Yes, we are,
Yeah, that's the key.
yeah.
You know, it's not that it'll necessarily take us above that, but it's something that we need to plan for, and
Not
Look
uncommon.
at-
Right.
Years ago, we did a study on that too,
Yeah.
whether we should do it ourselves or not.
For the fire department, yeah.
You know, the thing is that we can be below the average. It still hits our taxpayers. And we're an aging community, and I'd like to keep our costs down as much as possible, so I'd like to explore as many different avenues as we can. So I think Chase is under the same,
well, and just for those 9 extra people, it's over $1 million
Oh, yeah.
a year just for that personnel
you know.
that they're figuring it'll take,
100
so.
grand per person.
But they also, don't they do Nakusa now too? And
No,
they
they do
cover
a lot,
Rome and
Nakusa, Port Edwards,
Yeah.
Ho-Chunk.
So that 9 gets divided out between all of them.
Right,
yeah.
right, and along with the city of Rapids themselves, too. So it's not that we would be responsible for that $1 million, but
yeah.
it is of note that there's, something needs to be figured out.
Yeah, and this board is really proactive, so we're looking at it now, sooner than later, so we'll figure something out. All right, anybody else? Any other questions? Okay, any other questions for Billy Joe? She's hoping not.
Right.
All right, informational announcements by board members. Anybody have anything that they want to bring forward? Okay, we did get some Christmas cards from citizens and from people that we do business with, and I want to say thank you very much from all of us here in town of Saratoga, and we wish everybody out there a very happy holiday season. I know it's not proper to say Merry Christmas, but on my behalf, I'm gonna say Merry Christmas.
Actually, the road crew even got a Christmas card from a resident saying, thank you for everything that you do with the roads and everything, so.
It's been nice, and we even got some popcorn here, which I've been mowing down on a lot. But we do thank you, and we do appreciate everything that everybody has said and done to help this board make good decisions and move forward. And we hope everybody has a great coming year and a healthy one. All right, let's get on to business. Approval of the previous minutes. I was not here, so I will let you guys take lead on that.
I read through them, they look good to me. I'd like to make a motion to accept them.
I'll second that.
Okay, I have a motion by Carl and a second by Chase to approve the board meeting minutes from November 20th. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Okay, motion passes. Let's move on to the next. Business permit from Blades Hair Studio, Kelly Skirvin, 6314 Evergreen Avenue. All right. This is a home-based occupation, full-service hair salon, haircuts, color, perms, waxing, a private individual. I don't believe there was any, I don't see it noted on here, but I don't believe she had any other employees.
Yeah, it doesn't say, and I didn't speak with her, so I don't know.
I did speak with her, but I thought she said she had no other employees.
She can have one, though, I think,
Yes,
can't she? Yes.
she can.
According to permit laws.
Yeah,
So just one chair,
one chair.
and the septic is large enough to,
Yes, that is mandated that she check that out before.
I'll make a motion to approve the, business permit for Blades Hair Studio on, at 6314 Evergreen Avenue.
Would you like to add that I checked with Wood County Planning and Zoning to verify the septic is viable for this business?
Sure. We can put that in
Okay,
there. At one time, I looked at a hair salon or a home-based business, and that was a big thing,
okay,
that they wouldn't let you take it another step farther unless the septic was big enough.
okay. Okay, I have a, motion by Josh to accept the business permit with the verification from Wood County Planning and Zoning that the septic is adequate. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Can we discuss for a second?
Yeah, can
Yes, we
discuss
can
that.
discuss it.
See down here, she's got a sign permit. I don't see a sign permit in our packet at all. But she's got that checked in the bottom there.
She had, submitted that previously about a month ago.
Okay, so that's already been approved?
Yeah,
All right, that's it.
all right, so I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those against? Okay, motion passes with
That
that,
exemption.
okay. All right, I'll take care of that tomorrow. Moving on, mobile home license for Hickory Shade Mobile Home Park at 899 Highway 73 South. New owner, Wisconsin Rapids Properties Incorporated, LLC. It's not incorporated, I'm sorry, that's not on there.
It's an LLC.
It's an LLC.
So, Wisconsin Rapids Properties LLC,
Yep,
that's what it says, right?
right, I added.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unintentionally, I'm
okay.
sorry.
I thought
And I
maybe
know
had
better than to
something
do
wrong.
that,
Okay.
but I did it anyway, so I apologize. All right, so that's an application, and it's just a change of name, change of ownership.
Yep.
And this, there's gonna be someone living on site.
That's what they were made aware of, and they were sent the ordinance.
Okay. All right. I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the license transfer for Hickory Shades MHC.
Which one?
For Wisconsin Rapids Properties LLC.
is that the one down here? All right, I have a motion by Chase. Do I have a second? To aid in discussion even?
Just the grounds that it has an on-site supervisor of some sort. I guess would be the only thing, we should probably make a note of it. I know you guys discussed it, but.
It says name of manager.
Yeah.
living on
He's
site.
got
It
it
does-
listed on there.
It does have one
Name
living
manager
on
living
site.
Oh, okay, here it is, I see it. Okay, yeah, I'll second it then.
Okay, I have a motion by Chase and a second by Carl. Is there any discussion?
Yes, please.
Okay,
So the park owner has an address of Grafton, Wisconsin,
yeah,
and the manager on site is lot 23.
yes,
They are the same phone numbers?
Correct, and I noticed that too, and tried to call it, that is in fact the manager's phone number, but we do have the actual owner's phone number also.
Okay.
But somehow on here, they just didn't put it on here correctly, but we do have the actual owner's phone number.
Okay, as long as we have the
We do.
park owner's number,
Yep.
then, no further discussion.
okay, so you're saying that the manager's number is the,
The manager's number, the on-site manager's number is the same as the park owner's number.
which one is wrong?
The park
The park
owner's
owner's
number.
Okay.
number is.
All right, and we'll get the correct number to put in there, okay. Good catch. All right, so again, I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes.
And they did it on the next one too.
Yeah,
There's a second one?
business permit.
The business permit.
Okay.
That's actually the park manager's number, where the business owner, and then cell phone.
Okay. So we'll, have to clarify that. You would make a note of that, Paulette, please? Thank you. All right, so now we have,
I'll make a motion to approve the business permit for Wisconsin Rapids Property LLC, with condition that the phone number gets checked or adjusted to what it needs to be
okay,
for the owner.
okay. After we,
I have it, it's just,
okay,
that's the I'm sure it's confusing for them.
sure.
Manager versus where they
Sure.
are, and I'll just add that on each form and.
Okay, and then I'll sign it and send it in as soon as we have that right number on there. Okay, I have a motion by Chase. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
And a second by Carl. Any more discussion? Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Okay, motion passes. All right. Class A beverage license, beer and liquor, Reliance Fuel LLC, doing business as The Store, 9630 Highway 13 South. So that's the new name for the store. It's called Reliance Fuel.
That's the new
Yep.
owners.
New owner,
Yep.
it
It's still the
says
store.
doing business as the store, so I would assume
They're gonna keep that
maybe
name,
at least for this time.
because on here it says legal business name, Reliant Fuel LLC.
Right, but you
Okay.
could, there's a lot of them that
But right
you've
below
got your
it,
legal
have doing
business name
business
versus
as
what you're
is.
doing
Okay.
business as, so.
Okay. All right. So they're asking for beer and liquor,
Which is the same as what they currently have.
and that's the same as what they have? So it's just, basically, we're just changing it from the previous Cheryl Tire over to
Yep,
this Reliance?
Yep,
Okay,
yep, new owners, and they just have to have, all of their license has to show the correct owner for,
okay.
yeah.
So,
And it looks like it's prorated, so,
has it been, in doing this, does the old one get relinquished
It's,
right away?
well,
it just
so the
changes
class
owners.
A doesn't, we only have limits on our class B. The class A, we don't have a limit, so they
Okay.
did send me a letter that said that they are relinquishing it.
That's
but
right,
that
class A
doesn't
is
change
you
my-
take it,
yeah,
class B is they
Yeah,
send it.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
okay.
But,
All right.
yeah, that doesn't change my numbers at all, but, yeah.
Okay.
I looked through it, it looked good to me, I didn't see anything out
So-
of the ordinary. I would make a motion. To approve.
Okay, I have a motion by Carl. Do I have a second for discussion, or?
So this second sheet we have here,
That's for
Can you
line
give
10.
me a second and we can discuss this, Chase?
Okay.
I got a motion.
I don't have a second.
Okay,
We can't discuss unless there's a second?
well,
Well, we could, the motion can fail,
yeah,
and then we can discuss before we make another motion.
okay.
So that'd be the other option, either we make
Okay.
a second or we just, the motion fails, I guess, at this point.
So it looks like the new owners, where are they from? Arshad, Said, and Abid, Said?
Well,
But
their
I don't
mailing
recognize.
address is at Clark Street in Stevens Point.
Okay, I just
So-
don't recognize that phone number exchange.
Yeah.
So they're at least, able to be phoned or called and,
Well, they also have an agent for
okay,
that store as well. So,
who would that be?
is Lisa, which that is in my paperwork that they had an agent,
Okay.
you know, for
We just
that.
don't-
I just
we just don't know that.
gave her the
Okay.
liquor license here.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
I'm just saying if they get robbed or something, this number didn't look familiar to be called. So we would be calling that agent then,
Right, they have an agent that's
okay.
responsible for
And you
beverage
know who that
license.
is?
Yep,
Okay,
yep. But I just gave you guys what you needed
Okay.
for the beverage license.
okay. Okay, on the floor, I have a motion. If I don't have a second, it will fail. And this is, if I'm correct, this is to transfer the.
This is just so they can sell alcohol and
Right.
liquor. Because if they don't have that, they can't sell liquor in.
Okay,
I'll second, but I'd like to discuss.
okay, I have a motion and a second. Okay, let's discuss.
Page 2, question number 5,
Yes,
what's the answer to that?
So it says have the partner's agent, so I have the agent paperwork in my office. So
Okay.
that agent did that, safe beverage server class.
Okay.
So that's what they have to have in order to be that agent.
so the answer should have been yes there?
I'm assuming they didn't check it because they're not listed
owners?
themselves, you know, they're
Okay.
listed as the owner
So
versus
Okay.
the agent.
Question reads, have the partners agent or sole proprietor?
Yeah.
So the answer would be yes.
It should be, yes, yes.
The agents are the ones that we give the permits to for selling,
The
Right.
operators.
the operators
Yep.
licenses.
Yep.
So it seems they're not actually there, they didn't check it, yes.
Okay, I see what
This
you're
is what
saying.
my guess is. Yeah, I didn't catch that one, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't either. I mean, it's good to ask. So it's really no difference than what the store had?
No, no,
It's just a new
everything's the
owner.
same, yeah, it's
Okay.
just a different owner, and they had to change and fill out all their paperwork, and then I have to update things with Department of Revenue,
Okay,
that they're the new owners, and
okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Not really, you wanna redo your motion, or?
I got
Oh, we got
a,
a second.
yeah, I got a
Okay,
motion
yeah,
and a
Josh
second.
seconded it.
So I have a motion and a second to approve the alcohol beverage license application for Reliance Fuel LLC, formerly known as Gerald Tire, and now known, doing business as The Store. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those against? Okay, motion passes. Cigarette license, same deal, just changing of the ownership, okay. I don't know that I have that one.
I don't know if I put anything in
It's
there
the
for the
second page.
cigarette.
Oh, I see that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yep, you did, you just attached them, I'm not used to them being stapled together, sorry.
I'll make a motion to approve the cigarette license for Reliance Fuel LLC.
Okay, I have a motion by Josh to approve the cigarette license, tobacco license. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. I never realized this was called cigarette, tobacco, and electronic vaping. That must be something new. Okay, I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes.
Question on the next one.
Beverage license application approval.
No name.
Yep.
No name, okay. So this is an application for an operator's license. Our clerk does have the ability to approve these. However, in lieu of an approval, if something looks out of the ordinary, she has the ability to bring it from the board. This one has been brought in front of the board, and during the research, some things have been brought to light, and we have been contacting our attorney, and we have information which you all have in your packet. So we need to make a decision whether we want to approve this or not.
And if you would choose to not approve it, the attorney will draft the letter notifying that candidate that the license will not be granted.
Does the applicant have a availability to appeal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, so, yep, and then they would have to approve rehabilitation, and then the board would have to make that
Okay,
decision.
you'd have to prove his worth.
That they've
That's-
redeemed, you
Gotcha,
know,
from his, yep.
corrected.
Yep. Okay.
I'm hoping you've all had a chance to
Yep,
read
I
this
through
over.
it. I'd like to make a new motion to deny it.
Okay,
I'll second that.
I have a motion to deny and a second. Do I have a discussion? All right, all those in favor of the denial?
Aye.
Those against the denial? Motion passes for denial.
Yep, I'll reach out to Nick, we'll get that letter drafted and get that mailed out.
All right, thank you.
Hate to do it, but it's just
Yeah, I
heebie-jeebies, I guess you could say.
I did look at it myself, and I totally agree with what you have decided.
So what is the process if they do repeal? Or do I have to appeal that?
Yeah, so if they appeal that, they have to bring forth like proof or documentation that they rehabilitated themselves. I'm not sure what other criteria, I don't know if it's a matter of different courses that may have taken, that I, can find out more specifics.
I think
But I know
Nick
they
will-
have to show that they've
Nick will know,
rehabilitated and,
Proof of anger management classes or what have you.
Right,
or-
right.
Okay.
and that might come down to the specific causes that
Okay.
led them into trouble,
Which it may be okay. might
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I don't see Mike Zerflu's on
There he is,
Yeah,
he's number
he's
12.
next.
here. I must have an old agenda. I do. I mixed the two up.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
That's
My
why we
fault.
made you a packet.
I did, I have two packets. One was the older one, I'm sorry. So Mike, I apologize because I didn't see your name on here, so. You are first. So Mike Zerflu, discussion regarding pets in a manufactured mobile home park. Mike, we're keeping the minutes to 5 minutes, so please.
Sure, sure. I'm wondering if we can have a change or make an ordinance for the manufactured home parks to allow a maximum of 2 pets. The problem that my rules and regulations allow only 2 pets. But the problem that I'm running into is if they have an emotional support animal or what's the other one, a service animal, that I can't limit them to 2 pets. Even though I'll give you an example, one of the units in one of my parks, I'm not saying it's here, I'm gonna be careful, has three cats and a dog that are considered emotional support animals for 2 tenants and they contacted me about adding 3 more. And I said, I gotta be really careful of how I respond to that. So for example, if Lorelei is living next door to this person and Lorelei says, hey, I wanna have 4 dogs. Well, you can't, our limit is 2. Well, what do you mean, Mike? I know they have 4 pets right now. I can't say to Lorelei that they're emotional support animals because now I'm violating HIPAA or whatever. So it would really be beneficial to park owners and to keeping the park in the condition it is, not just Perko, but I think other manufactured home parks. I get it with Saratoga, if you've got an acre or 2 or 5 or 10 acres, that's a different story. But we've got 62 units in however many acres I have there. Perko's a beautiful park. We want to keep it that way, but I don't want this to snowball, and I can't comment on an ongoing legal situation I have regarding some emotional support animals. It has nothing to do with Perko, but I'm concerned about the future, and it's, I think, getting a little ridiculous personally. And I need the town's help, I guess, I don't think it's unreasonable to limit to 2 pets.
How do you propose that we enforce this?
Let you make an ordinance that in manufactured home parks, a maximum of 2 pets are allowed per home.
But, I mean, who is going to enforce it?
Well, then I can say to people, I mean, if, like, for example, the one that has 4 right now, I would consider them grandfathered in. But for future people, if they say, and I only have the one situation that's going on right now. But based on my experience, you're gonna see more and more of that.
I just don't know if you can't enforce it, being the mobile home park owner, and they're coming back to you saying that they're emotional support or service animals. I don't know how that we could.
I can enforce it, I can enforce it by, for example, if somebody was dealing drugs there in one of the units, if it was coming to knowledge to me, I can report it to the police or whatever. I don't think it'd be a problem of Saratoga having to really enforce it unless you started receiving other residents complaining. For example, if I let Perko deteriorate, let garbage pile up, people would start complaining probably to the town. And then you guys would get on me as the park owner or the park manager. So I don't think it would create more work for you guys. It gives not just me as a tool to allow that, but you mentioned somebody else just bought a park or whatever. It gives them a tool to do that too.
But we don't have an ordinance town-wide for animals, so we would be isolating the mobile home parks.
I guess if you want to look at it that way, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. You have rules, separate rules though for mobile home parks. I prefer to call it manufactured home parks, but.
Yeah, I
So
guess.
if you can't regulate it with a rule in your lease,
I can regulate it, sorry to interrupt, I can regulate it if your pets are not emotional support animals.
okay, but
But I
Or
don't-
service
specifically
animals.
emotional support or service animals, I'm not sure the town has the
No,
ability to
'cause they can-
regulate emotional support or service animals either.
I don't think so, because they can go into a restaurant.
That
They
falls
can go
under-
into a grocery store.
A different category and can sometimes,
I think you can, the
Fall
town
under
could limit it.
discrimination.
Don't you have to have like 5 acres or more to have horses and stuff
No.
here?
Not for personal.
No.
Not for personal.
So if somebody has an acre parcel, they could have
Yep.
like 5 horses or 10
Yep.
horses?
They can
Yeah.
have cows as long as they're personal.
As long
Yeah.
as they're personal, same thing with chickens.
Yeah, As long as,
Wow.
as long as they're for your personal enjoyment, or
Can't
your, you get the eggs or you get the milk, and you're utilizing it on your acreage, and we get no neighborhood complaints, you're fine, we're gonna leave you alone. But if we start getting complaints such as a rooster crowing at 5 o'clock in the morning every day, or chickens straying to the neighbor's land, well, now it's a nuisance, now we're gonna address it. But yeah, we have no, and I don't believe we would have any teeth when it comes to service animals or emotional support animals. Schools don't, restaurants don't, grocery stores don't. I don't know how a municipality would. And I don't know how that would help you. And I don't know how we would enforce it had we ever been called in, because we are not dog catchers here.
So how do you enforce it if somebody if I live next door to you and your rooster's waking me up at 5 in the morning
The
and I complain
constable.
to the town, how do you enforce that?
We have a constable, but the first step is to write them a letter telling
Sure.
them, okay, you just voided your permission and get rid of it.
If you don't comply.
Yeah.
See, and I'm not looking for enforcement, I'm looking for a tool that I can use to limit that.
But that's what an ordinance is, it's an enforcement tool.
Yeah, I understand.
To be honest, I think you, as the property owner and as the operator of that mobile or manufactured home park, I believe you actually have more ability to enforce any of this than we do. I don't think,
I've already talked, I'm trying to talk to
Regulate.
some people at the state level, because common sense has gone,
Well,
I'll say it, Lorelei, you said Merry Christmas
Yeah.
to all you guys. That's the
Right.
way I feel. But, not to break subject, but it's because of a event that started over a year ago, I'm just really concerned about anything regarding that.
I understand your concern.
And I'm looking for help.
Do.
And I'm trying, I've left messages for Scott Krug. Scott, if you're watching this, return your phone calls. I'm trying to deal with the state level to get this, I think we need common sense.
I would like to see what our attorney has to say, but I think he's gonna just say,
I appreciate you at least letting him look at
yeah,
it. I just
yeah.
need
I
some
think
help.
we can ask Nick and see what Nick says, what's his opinion,
Do they have to have documentation that supports the fact that that's a?
They do.
but you can get
It
that
has
off
to
the
be-
internet.
It has to be from somebody licensed in the state of Wisconsin. But it doesn't have to be a licensed doctor. This is being recorded, right?
Yes,
So I want
sir.
to be really careful what I say. It has to be somebody licensed in the state of Wisconsin, but let's face it, most people that have pets love their pets.
Yeah.
It's emotional. If their pet dies, it's emotional. So
Right.
it doesn't take much for somebody to say to their doctor or whatever, can you write up that this dog or cat is emotional support?
You see
And
that.
my concern is, different articles I'm reading, what if somebody says I'm exaggerating here because it hasn't happened, but Clydesdale is
Pet
an
snake.
emotional support animal.
Yeah.
Now what do I do? I'm just really concerned about some things that happen that I can't share with you, that I need help from the government to limit. Perko, it was a beautiful park when I bought it, 22 or 4 years ago. I think we've done nothing but improve it. I plan on owning that till I can't do much and keep it in really good shape. But some of these things scare me for the future.
Do you have the ability to kick them out?
No, that would be discrimination. If I did it based on that, and I'm
Yeah, I
just,
see.
again, I don't wanna take a lot of your time, I think.
No, no,
If
you're fine.
if your attorney can check in, if there's something you can do, great, but if not, I get that, but it's just, again, to me, it's common sense. They own their own homes.
Right,
Perko Incorporated owns the land, and we have strict rules, and most people love 99% of the rules unless it's something that doesn't pertain to them. Well, why can't I have my wheelbarrow in the back?
do you have a nuisance ordinance?
We have like probably 100 rules for there.
Okay.
The pets aren't allowed outside unless they're on a leash accompanied by an adult. And we've had some complaints about a few people having their dog just tied to and I'm addressing them with people, because we want to keep it a beautiful park.
So how many municipalities do you have parks in?
Now I have it in 2.
Two?
I used to have 7 parks, so quite a few different areas. A couple in Saratoga I used to have, in Nakusa and Wisconsin Rapids and Grand Rapids and off of Z down there. I don't think it was Rome, I can't remember.
And have you approached the other municipality?
I'm working on the other one in Grand Rapids.
Okay.
So.
Okay. We'll talk to Nick, and
All
he's
right.
actually the same attorney for Grand Rapids, so.
So, yeah, I appreciate that, and I appreciate your time. And
No
again,
problem. Thank
Merry
you,
Christmas to you all. Thank you very much for what you
Merry
do.
Christmas.
I'll tell you, I wish more municipalities worked like Saratoga to keep our taxes down instead of raising them, so I appreciate that very much.
Thank you for saying that. We appreciate that.
Thank you all very much.
Have a good evening. Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye. Merry Christmas.
All right, can you,
I have to look that down.
thank you. No,
Well, one of us will
okay,
message him
yeah,
tomorrow.
sounds good. Richard, seems like you're being a common attendant. Come on. What do you got to say today?
Well, I got Prince, I got, the only reason I haven't started is because I had no idea of the square footage of the floor plan.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about the house. We're not gonna talk about the cabin, and we're not gonna talk about your family. What we're gonna talk about is that mobile home. We need to get that mobile home out of there.
I was told if I got blueprints and I got a floor plan, I submitted it to the building inspector and he approved it, where I had a building permit, I could have 2 more years.
No, no. I told you that the other day. No. We've already given you
When
4
I went-
years.
When I went to you 2 months ago in your office and I said, Lorelei, I got a problem. You said, what is that? I said, my divorce attorney told me not to do anything with that property.
And what did I tell
said,
you?
You told me to get a building permit.
I told you to get that mobile home off the property.
You did not.
Yes, I did,
You
Richard.
didn't. Matter of fact, you drew me a guideline of what I needed to do.
Okay, Richard, you were in my office yesterday, is that correct?
Multiple times.
On Monday, for the last time. And I think our parting conversation was, you have to get that mobile home off the property. It has absolutely nothing to do with a house, a storage building, nothing. You have to get that mobile home off there. You offered to tear it down.
I got more options than that, Laura.
Okay,
I do not understand why in the middle of winter,
it wasn't the
I
middle of
have to-
winter. Your last letter was June. I have it right here in front of me. So, you know, Richard, you can blame us if you,
Listen, you're taking the words wrong, what I'm saying. Just like last month when I said there was 3 years and nobody said a word to me. You took it as the board did something wrong. It was your responsibility to remove the trailer, not the board to contact. I didn't blame the board. I
Okay.
don't want to fight with you guys. I don't know why this is,
because the reason this is becoming an issue is because you were told when that mobile home was brought in, or manufactured home, when it was brought in, you signed a paper, you agreed that in 2 years, that mobile home would be gone. That was 2 years ago. Now, 4 years later,
okay,
it's still there. That's the problem.
right?
So how are you gonna solve that problem? Tell me now, today.
I'm like, Lorelei, I'm
I don't wanna
working
know
on
anything
stuff.
about a house.
I understand that, but if you don't want anything, you know, like you guys said, I ain't doing nothing to move this project forward, and yes, I have.
It's
I've had
not a
other
project,
people
it's a mobile
talk to
home.
you and bring the book and discuss it with you.
And we don't have anything to discuss about house, Richard. This is all about the mobile home. What are you gonna do about that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Then you really give us no
I don't have no
choice.
place to go in 30 days. And it's impossible to detach that mobile home and get it going somewhere.
Why is it impossible to
Well,
do?
where am I gonna go? What am I gonna do?
I actually gave you a couple options of
I've been
calling.
checking into that. I got mobile home parks called. I got a guy with a track hole that'll take it out of that yard in 6 hours.
Okay,
So I have options.
okay.
We're in the winter time. a week before Christmas.
There's no snow on the ground. It's been 4 years. Yes, it's a week before Christmas, but this is not our fault that you waited a week
then
before
let me go
Christmas.
back to here. Year one, when you said it was not right to be out there, why then didn't we go after the person who dumped it out there without my permission or even talking to the board if I could do it or not? Dump it out on that land. I didn't give him permission to do it.
Did you ask him to remove it?
Well, no, but I told the board, Lorelei and the board who did that. Matter of fact, she said they were called because he got in a traffic jam coming to
I
my
didn't
house.
say that. You told me that the other day.
Listen, you said that.
I
you
did not
found
say that,
out
Richard.
Because the police were called in Kellner.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
Actually, I came to the board meeting and had you, I have the minutes and I have a paper.
Lorelei, people weren't out on my land trespassing? Yes, they were. I don't want this to be an argument. I got sick. I haven't worked since March. It's not like I'm doing this to piss you guys off on purpose. I don't want to fight or argue.
You're not
Listen, the
making
only
us
option I
mad.
got
You're
there
just
is
telling
sell.
us
Sell out.
what you're not going to do. But we're telling you what you have to do.
Then I gotta sell the land and be done.
Then that
And
is
if
your
that
choice,
happens, and I'd
Richard.
like this to, give me 30 days, and so I can see council.
Owen,
30 days to what?
So I can see,
he wants to get a lawyer.
I don't wanna get a lawyer, I wanna work something out with you.
I guess, what will that 30 days accomplish? If you're gonna get a lawyer, you're gonna get a lawyer.
Right, but if you give me 30 days to remove the trailer, then I'm homeless in 30 days. I have
And-
advanced this property forward, I have done a lot of work. If I didn't get sick, we wouldn't be here. Pissed on the divorce and what I'm doing, I bought the home. A home is more expensive than any foundation a person can put down. So the biggest expense of this project of putting my home up, I've gotten paid for. The basement, if I do a slab, what is that, 20 grand?
But
A
you,
home is $100,000 to $200,000. The home is purchased.
I'm done.
Oh, I don't wanna argue with you.
Richard, I have,
I don't understand what I did to you, or I didn't put it out there. I did not give him permission to take it and put it out
That is
there.
irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, it's
I
relevant.
know,
You
but what
didn't,
am I supposed to do?
Get
When
it off
she
the
calls me
land.
And I'm on the road and she says, hey, how come you put that trailer out there? What trailer?
You've
Come
been living in
on
it
off
for
the
4
road.
years.
Huh?
You've been living in it for 4 years. Where were you living before they moved it
I
in?
didn't do that to aggravate the board or get you guys mad, nothing I have done out on this land was to irritate you or crawl under your skin.
you're not irritating us
If
at
I
all,
didn't get
Richard.
sick,
This,
it would be
these
a
are the
lot.
rules of the town of Saratoga. The town of Saratoga says, number one, no manufactured home is to be put in that district. You were allowed, you, Richard and Andrea Grohowski, I have the letter right here dated October 21st, 2021. You were allowed a special exception by the town board to put that mobile home out there. With the agreement that in 2 years, you would start construction of the home or remove the mobile home. Nothing was done. Through this last 3.5 years, you've been contacted,
There's been a lot done. I'm ready.
but the mobile home
I'm
is
ready
still
to
there,
pour
and there's
concrete
no
when we-
house there. So you did not follow what you agreed to do. And we have bent over backwards, in my estimation, to help you.
Really?
Yes, really. And it's 4 years later, nothing's been done, the mobile home is still there, we want it gone. So unless you can come up with a concrete plan and not give you time, something definite,